And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And welcome to the Consumer Quarterback Show, always helping you win here with a local flair in Tampa Bay. We bring on local area business owners, expert contributors, all types of great folks involved in business here locally. And we urge you to please support the show. We always appreciate those that call the hotline, 813-917-1894. Call or text our show, and we'll put you in touch with our expert contributors. We'll help you solve real-world problems, anything you're facing out there, 813-917-1894. We've got great attorneys, CPAs, financial advisors, self-defense experts, tech experts, and so much more here associated with the Consumer Quarterback Show. So save the hotline. Also, the website, consumerqb.com, consumerqb.com. We're going to have Shane Socash on the program later on. He's going to be talking about alternative stores of value. A lot of people are looking at this record inflation coupled with stagflation, meaning that there's not growth. So now you've got inflation and stagflation. So alternative investment opportunities with Shane Socash. We've got Thomas King back in the house, Florida Firearms Academy, our Second Amendment advocate right here in Tampa Bay. He's got his Florida Firearms Academy right here in Tampa as well. And we're going to be kicking off with Dr. Genevieve Dobson here on the program, student loan expert. We're going to talk about a big lawsuit as well that just recently happened. Sallie Mae and Navient, they got to pay back $1.7 billion in the student loan space. So we're going to talk about that and some of the other things that she's doing. She's a published author as well and has several degrees. So we got a great lineup for you here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And we like to feature real estate listings live on the show to help our sellers profit more and sell faster, utilizing our innovations with radio, TV, and internet marketing. 5014 Pompano. We got a waterfront property here in Gulf Harbors. This is Newport Richey. Bay access. Bring your boat, bring your jet skis. You got a pool home with a large corner lot location as well. Beautiful property, completely renovated and updated. You've got granite countertops in the kitchen and bath. Beautiful property, almost 1,700 square feet, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage, waterfront home with bay access, private dock, and a deep, wide canal as well, so that you're out into the Gulf of Mexico in less than 5 to 10 minutes. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
And a quick shout out to Golf Cart Depot, formerly known as Golf Cart Depot. They're currently known as Discovery Golf Cars, and whether it's recreation or business, seems like everybody's getting a golf car these days. Lots of makes and models to choose from. Easy Go, Star, EV, Cushman. They offer new and pre-owned. You can rent or buy as well. DiscoveryGolfCars.com, and they've got a location right on Clearwater and 19, and also off of 41 up in North Tampa. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. That way you can take them up on those special offers. All right, in studio, Dr. Genevieve Dobson, welcome back.
Hi, thank you. I appreciate it.
Excellent. Yeah, we were talking a little bit about some of the degrees you have. Would you mind just bragging a little bit on all your degrees?
Sure. I have an undergrad degree in psychology. I do have my MBA, and I also have my doctorate degree in business.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've been busy the last few years.
And you take that knowledge and you put it into practical tips and ways that people can help, eliminate student loans or enter forgiveness programs and consolidate. There's lots of ways people can save money.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been in the student loan management space for 16 years, almost 17 years now. So, a lot of my knowledge base, even like my doctorate, I did my dissertation on student loan management and looking at regulation changes and how we could adjust things to make things better for the borrowers. So all of my work goes back into that.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. So it's all about, you have that consumer advocate heart for students. Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
Great. And you're also an educator as well. You teach over at HCC.
I am. I teach a business class. I love it. Okay. It's really, I didn't even think I was going to love it as much as I do. I really love it. The kids are super engaged. They're excited about getting into business. They're young,
Yeah.
And just like their wheels are turning, like, oh, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
I don't know yet. And like, it's really cool to watch. So I love it.
And back then too, I think back to when I was in school, you're kind of like, well, what do I want to do? I'm not sure. So I just kind of picked business business management.
Right.
Said, okay, well, business is everywhere. Let me figure this out.
Right.
And then, of course, you take some finance classes,
Right.
you take the different types of classes. And I was lucky enough to pick an entrepreneurship concentration, which was pretty neat to take entrepreneurship as a concentration. I
Right.
actually looked at business law and enjoyed my business law class, studied for the LSAT, and just said, I don't know, this is a little bit too much. The league, I don't want to go to school that much longer.
Right.
But so because talk about that. The kids these days are coming out. They don't really know. I mean, you've got a little taste of the world,
Right.
but I mean, an 18-year-old versus a 28 or a 38-year-old,
Yeah.
the paradigm is so much different.
Yeah, they haven't had enough experience yet. And so part of what I've been doing is bringing in different types of business owners into class to give them a taste of like something that they might not have heard about. Like I had a chiropractor come in, young guy, 30, tattoos, like super cool guy, and makes a great amount of money, $250,000 a year. And he's like, listen, this is what I got into and here's why. I like helping people, but I'm also able to do that and make money. And then I have a gentleman coming in tomorrow. He actually does, he owns Apex Minecraft. Younger people probably know what Minecraft is, but like he created this way of like creating these Minecraft characters. I don't know anything about stuff like that, but they're gonna love him. He's young. He's selling the company for like millions of dollars.
Really? Wow.
So he's currently in that space. But for them to see young people and what they've created based on their passions,
Right?
Because Minecraft was like super popular, and then to turn that into dollars is really important for them to see.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I know. Awesome.
So we're talking with Dr. Genevieve Dobson here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Degrees of Success. She's got a website out there as well, pslf-waiver.com. And let's talk a little bit about the student loan industry. There's a lot of student loan debt out there. There's supposedly a bubble out there. What's your take?
Yeah, so right now, the student loan industry is all over the place. So we're seeing lawsuits coming up. Navient, Sallie Mae got hit pretty hard. They were fraudulently handling borrowers' accounts on two sides. So on the federal side, instead of telling people, oh, okay, you can qualify for income-driven repayment or you can qualify for this, they were just like, oh, just put in forbearance, put in forbearance, put in for. It was costing borrowers lots of money. This is a big issue that I've seen through all of the servicing companies where they're just mismanaged.
Yeah.
So you think that you're doing the right thing, and then you find out that you've been charged more interest, you've got more fees because you were told to do something that wasn't advantageous, and they did it on purpose.
So they're putting it in forbearance, meaning
that they don't have any payments, but there's still interest that accrues on all of the debt instead of like income-driven repayment, which could have led to some type of forgiveness options or at least some type of interest forgiveness on a portion of the loans.
Wow.
But when they were asked, like, well, why were you guys doing that? Oh, well, it was easier.
Yeah.
But they were training their customer service reps to just, get through to the next call and just put them in forbearance. And so they knew better, and they're the servicing company.
Right.
They're supposed to service in the best of their ability to make sure the borrower gets the best options that are available.
Right.
And they were not doing that. And then on the Sallie Mae side, on the private loan side, they were basically working with a lot of these for-profit schools like Everest, ITT Tech, DeVries, Kaiser, these different schools.
Yeah.
And they were basically saying like, hey, we're going to go ahead and give you private loans for your borrowers that don't really qualify. And we're going to eat that, and you're going to agree to pay us back if they don't. And then in return, you're going to make sure that they take out all the loans, and their loans are under the federal side.
Wow.
Because schools have to have a certain percentage of private loans in order to get federal funding.
Okay.
It's to balance it out, to make sure they're not just having students get federal loans. So it was horrible because they knew that these borrowers shouldn't have taken those loans out in the first place. And these are schools that historically cost more money but provide less in education.
Wow.
So you're going to school getting some certification that's as expensive, if not more, than a standard public university.
Yeah.
And you're not getting much out of it, and you can't do anything with it. It doesn't transfer. There's nothing. And most of these borrowers were defaulting. They couldn't get an education from the school they went to, and they took out loans that they should not have been told to take out.
Yeah.
They didn't know. They're 18.
Right.
They're 19 years old.
Yeah,
So,
they're highly
exactly.
influenceable at that point.
Yeah, financial aid says, hey, you want to go to school? Here's what you do. Just fill out this form. They're like, okay.
Yep.
And they're taking out these loans not knowing, and they're being guided wrongly into these situations. So they got to pay that money back.
Yeah,
They
here's
should
a
never done.
T-shirt, by the way. Fill out this. We'll give you
Here's
a T-shirt and a
Pizza
keychain.
party on Friday.
Yeah, there you go.
It's
That's right.
horrible.
Yeah.
And they're stuck. And so a lot of people are like, oh, we don't believe in forgiveness. Well, listen, people were screwed over, for the lack of a better word.
Yeah.
They didn't know any better. They weren't told. Their parents didn't know, unfortunately. So the system failed them by not providing the education that they should have provided them to make sure that they were making a proper decision on taking loans out or not.
Right.
And that's the biggest problem.
So if you have somebody out there that's in that position, maybe you're the parent, the grandparent, you've got a kid that's in school, and you wanted some real solid advice, we've got Dr. Genevieve Dobson here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. 813-917-1894. Just call or text that hotline, 813-917-1894. That's what we set this show up to do, is to help you with these situations. So that's a big deal. And then you mentioned a key term too, like the servicing arm of these companies. A lot of times in the mortgage industry, I remember specifically also when I used to do mortgages back in the day, before the real estate business, the servicing side, lots of people would say, well, I signed a mortgage and then all of a sudden I got a letter from a new lender saying they took over my servicing.
Right.
Servicing is just the people that actually collect the payments, et cetera.
Exactly. And that's a huge misconception. So people always like, oh my God, they sold my loans. I'm like, no, it's just a new servicing company.
Right.
The loans, you have a lender, which right now, any loans dispersed after 2007, it's going to be Department of Education for the federal side. So you have a lender, which is them.
Right.
But the servicing company could be Navient, Great Lakes, Fed Loans, and a lot of these companies are going away because they lost their servicing contract because they're all fraudulent.
Wow.
They've all been mismanaging borrower accounts, so they're losing contracts.
Yeah.
So if you think that your loans were sold, that's not the case.
Yeah.
They weren't sold. They were just, they had to hire new servicing companies to manage, hopefully more effectively as we go down the line.
Yeah, could have been taken over, could have been forcefully court-ordered potentially.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Sounds like,
Yeah, oh yeah. They're
So
like,
the-
nope, we're done. We're done with you guys. Next company. Yeah.
That's right. And the servicing, they can't change the terms of the original note.
No, they cannot. Nope.
Right.
So whatever the interest rate was, whatever the terms were, whatever borrower benefits you might have been able to qualify for, that all stays the same. They're literally sending out your documentation, letting you know when your bill is due, and collecting the funds.
Yeah.
That's their job, and that's what they're getting paid to do.
Yeah.
So that's why it's such a big deal that Sallie Mae and Navient were screwing people over, because they're already getting paid to service that account. So they're making millions and millions of dollars, billions of dollars, and putting money in the wrong places and moving things around and not doing what they're supposed to do at all.
Wow.
So.
Doesn't that seem like the way of the land anymore? I mean, for many industry, you look at the government getting their hands in, and these are private companies, but you look at the Federal Reserve, the inflation, politicians, Enron years back, just so much fraudulent activity out there. It's like, you've got to be an informed consumer these days, now more than ever.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to take control over things that you have to pay. Like, I tell people all the time, like, don't just assume that your servicing company is giving you the right advice. You need somebody who's on your side. If they're making money, millions and billions of dollars off of collecting on, fees and all these other things, then maybe you need an expert who's going to be on your side, who's going to advocate for you to make sure that you get the best benefits, especially when it comes to forgiveness spaces. They do not necessarily want to forgive, although that was part of their policies, but they're not really doing it. So it's like less than 1% that have gotten it when they should have. And that's a big thing. And that's why I added the questionnaire on my new website, the pslf-waiver.com. There is a questionnaire for those that aren't sure if they qualify for forgiveness. At least they can get a pre-qualification to determine if it's an option, because that's important, because maybe your loans already should have been canceled. And you're still paying on debt that you don't need to pay on. So that's a big thing as well. Yeah,
it seems like, folks need to reach out and just find out. ConsumerQB.com is the website as well. Dr. Genevieve Dobson here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So you've got the website as a resource. You've got social media where people can reach out and see your pages as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very personal. So I welcome people to come on my personal page, which is Dr. Jen with a G. So DRGEN, one word, and then Dobson, DOBSOM. And that's my TikTok TikTok, because I'm new to TikTok. I'm a little old, but TikTok, as well as my my Instagram and my Facebook.
Cool.
So people can check me out there. And then, of course, Degrees of Success is on Facebook and all of those platforms as well. So
yeah, you can see previous interviews as well on YouTube. Just pull up Dr. Genevieve Dobson on the Consumer Quarterback Show. You'll see lots of videos pulling up there, as well as Spotify, iTunes. You can download our podcast and hear previous episodes. We've talked about some different things.
Yeah.
And one of the last times we talked about, kind of the point you were making. A lot of times kids are going to school. They're going for an education because their parents wanted them to, or their grandparents wanted them to, and then they're taking up degrees like North African poetry or whatever it might be, and it's not very marketable in terms of today's society. I just went to an event with Mark Lecker and Steve and Captain Matt Bruce from the station. We went to an event over at Innisbrook, and it was for the National Aviation Academy. Learn how to fix machines or the airlines, the airplanes, and it was pretty cool. We actually had a guest speaker, Monty from the coach, what's his name? The old Bucks coach, Kiffin. He was there. Kiffin, yeah, he was he was old coach, and he gave a nice keynote. But yeah, so think about before you go into this debt, right? What are you really? What's your exit strategy, right?
Yeah.
So final thought back to you. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I agree. Like you have to figure out ways to monetize what you want to do. You should do what you love, right?
Right.
But figure out how do you do what you love and still make sure that other people are able to hire you as an expert in doing that. So that's really important, and that kind of leads me to my final. I do also have a business consulting company, Jump Program, so jump-program.com. I know I do a lot, but it's fun. But there, if somebody doesn't know and they need either to coach or talk to somebody about what they want to do, or just figure out LLC documents, I can help with that as well.
Cool,
so it's fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming in today.
Of course.
And we'll talk to you in future interviews.
Yeah, thank you.
And maybe I have to come speak to your class one day.
I'd love that. That'd be awesome. They'd love it.
I like teaching classes.
They're actually doing a business project, and one of the groups is they're creating a brokerage.
Cool.
So they're going to be realtors and create a brokerage and talk about like how they get other realtors to come on the brokerage. It should be interesting,
nice.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that'd be cool.
Very good.
Awesome.
Very good. All right, Dr. Genevieve Dobson, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break here. When we come back, we've got Thomas King in the house, Florida Firearms Academy, FFAtampa.com, Second Amendment advocate here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we have our feel-good story of the day as well. We got a birthday celebration held for 100-year-old World War II veteran here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you stop by consumerqb.com.
The Consumer Quarterback Show will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
Hey, Margie here with the Consumer Quarterback Show and the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. If you're buying, selling, or investing, please give us a shot. We would love to help you. We are a top 1% ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay, and you can reach us at 813-750-0550. Call or text 813-750-0550. ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here, host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of Platinum MVP Realty, and a top listing agent in Tampa Bay, featured in Florida Realtor Magazine, Top Agent Magazine, The Business Journal. We're looking for inventory. Attention sellers. We need more inventory to sell. If you're a seller on the fence thinking about selling your property, we want to hear from you. Free comparable market analysis. Check out consumerqb.com.
Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
Have you desired more income and more freedom in your life? Now is your time. Keller Williams Realty has just launched our own real estate school, and you can get licensed for free. I'm Brandon Rhymes, host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And for the first 3 people who reach out, I will personally coach you. 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. ConsumerQB.com. ConsumerQB.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. Got a hot listing here on Ebtide. It's 4823 Ebtide Lane, number 405. You got a penthouse available here. Beautiful property. This is a condo on the 4th floor overlooking the Gulf of Mexico with a 30 by 30 foot balcony. I mean, just a gorgeous opportunity, especially if you like to entertain. This is a beautiful property that we've got on the Gulf of Mexico, the Cody River. 1,100 square feet, 1 bedroom, 2 bath, could easily be converted back to a 2-bedroom property. 4823 Ebtide Lane, unit number 405, Port Richey. And this is a beautiful property with community pool, elevator as well, right on the Gulf of Mexico. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, we got our Second Amendment advocate here in the studio. Thomas King, welcome back, sir.
Thank you. You know, on my way over here, I was thinking about what I was going to talk about today, and all I kept seeing was like now hiring, and everywhere I go, that's the problem that everyone are having. And you know, I believe it's actually our government's fault for doing this, because the way that they worded everything was so dramatic. It was, you're not essential and you're essential. You cannot tell someone that's been working a job for 20 years, that's been feeding their family, that that job's not essential. Right. They could have worded it differently. They could have just made it feel like, you know, this is a situation that we have to do this. But then they opened up, you know, like Walmart. But you can't go shop at this little mom and pop store that sells the same thing. You
can't
know?
go to church.
It's just unreal to me how this was handled. And it's really destroyed it, because who wants to go to that job now knowing, oh, that's not an essential job. No one cares about that job. Why do I want to go work at that job if I can be laid off again if something does happen? So everything's just been so crazy. I was thinking about what I was going to talk about with the store, but then I started writing down what was really important today. And there's a lot. And it's probably a lot more important than what I'm actually doing at my store, even though I do fight for your Second Amendment rights. Yeah. I do train people every day. We got 20 different instructors that teach you home defense, safety, all kinds of great things. But there's just so much to talk about in such a little time. Yeah,
it really is, man. And you look also with even CNN coming out saying, "Oh, well, the science has changed," and like, okay, well, so now a lot of these mass mandates are going away and these different things. Maybe what's changed is the timing. Maybe it's getting a little bit closer to November 22. I think that's what's changed.
I think you're right. And, you know, we're being sent. If I went on a social media platform and I said, hey, you know what, masks really don't work, you know, I would probably be banned and taken away from there. But then you have like Dr. Fauci on there that says, yeah, if you get the shot, you will not get COVID. Yeah. But now they're saying, even he's saying, and the CDC saying, yeah, you could still get it and you can actually die from it too. Yeah. So why isn't he censored for that? Why isn't he taken off there? You know, it's just such a hypocritical
rules for thee
way.
And not me. Yeah, you see that all the time with the mask and everything they're doing. What about specifically with the Second Amendment? Because I know you're kind of in tune to that more than we are. What are they doing? Because I know they've changed some of the bump stocks and all that, different things with the guns.
That's still put on the back burner because of my friends at the ATF have actually spoke to me and talked to me about what they're actually working on now, and the receiver for an AR platform is now really not the definition of a rifle anymore. Okay. So they're working and scrambling on trying to fix that, on how they can make that legitimately legal, because all of those sold going back for many, many years is really not defined as a rifle. So what are they supposed to do? So the brace ban has been probably put on the back burner until they figure this part out first. So that's been crazy because I don't know what to buy or what to get right now.
When we come back, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into that with Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy here on the show, plus our feel-good story of the day about a World War II veteran celebrating a 100th birthday right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter. Getter as well. Consumer Quarterback Show page out on Facebook and, of course, on YouTube. Over 1,700 videos now on YouTube. We'll be right back after this short break.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Five, four, three, two, one.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here. Consumer Quarterback Show powered by the Platinum MVP team. Keller Williams Realty. Also, sports and entertainment certified realtor now with the team. Our team is certified in sports and entertainment, luxury, and commercial real estate. So we'd love to help you buying, selling, or investing, and we'd love to help you with that. Now, we do like to feature our real estate listings. So if you list with us, you're going to get maximum exposure, not only through the traditional means of all real estate marketing and the number one real estate company in the world, but we're also going to feature your property live on air here to help you sell faster for more money right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. 820 Pinellas Avenue. This is in Tarpon Springs. This is a great opportunity for a business owner, a potential for an attorney or professional insurance owner. This is a great opportunity to buy a corner lot location on Pinellas Avenue in beautiful Tampa Bay. Walkability. You walk to restaurants. You walk down to the Sponge Docks area. You got a 1/4 acre lot downtown Tarpon Springs right here. It's set up currently as a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, but it could easily be converted, of course, to a commercial property. You got a nice sized living room, pop-out window, laundry, as well as a kitchen. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And I want to give a shout out to our friends over at Chad Irrigation. Victor and his team did a great job for us this past week. We got our pool put in, and now we're putting in irrigation in the backyard. It's completed. Victor and his team at Chad Irrigation are a pleasure to work with for all your irrigation and sprinkler needs. Make sure you reach out to Victor with Chad Irrigation. Let him know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, Thomas King back in the house. Thomas, we're talking about, it's easy. Sometimes we think about, locally here. We kind of get focused on stuff here locally, but then there's so much going on in the world, geopolitical issues, lots of things happening out there.
So much. I'm sitting here, I was just writing down what was I going to talk about, and I came up with all this. So I'm going to go through this little list of what I think was really important to talk about. You pick the one you want to discuss. The downfall and takeover of Afghanistan. Americans still in Afghanistan. Government arming terrorists with $84 billion worth of weapons. World War III with China. War with Taiwan. We got Russia war with Ukraine, which will probably be involved in that as well. Division of the nation. North Korea are making nukes. Power outages everywhere in the U.S. Water shortage, defunding the police. You can now steal up to $1,000 with just a slap on the wrist. Criminals are not getting held accountable for anything anymore. 8% increase in inflation. You got interest rates going up. Gas prices at the all-time high. Raising the debt ceiling. Veterans living on the street everywhere. Constitutional rights are infringed. Possible government shutdown, media propaganda only for political gains, government printing monies we can't pay back, raising corporate taxes so companies can't afford to make anything in this country anymore, so they can be forced to leave and make a profit elsewhere. Politicians are not held accountable for their actions. The American dollar is at risk. Government debt default. Our borders for terrorism are wide open for drug dealers, sex trafficking, food supplies, and everything is at a shortage right now. Half the voters don't believe their votes count anymore. Yep. Medical plans are increasing. Firing nurses, doctors, military, and law enforcement for the no-poke, a pandemic that will never end. Dr. Fauci on Disney Plus. or most of the world is rioting right now or locked down on martial law. So, I could keep going.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy of the things going on. You could just piles on top of piles.
Yeah, the Freedom Convoy, GoFundMe, big tech was something maybe didn't make that list. I mean, there's so many things today that are really just unbelievably just garbage, man. It just really is. And China is the play. China is the big deal there. I believe China is the one pushing a lot of this. They've been doing it for decades. And the attack on the American dollar. The American dollar is the big one. Right, that's because what they want to do is deplatform the American dollar. They want it to go to some digital, and then you go right to the last book in the Bible, Revelations. Then you get into that one world government, one world order, currency, mark of the beast. It gets into that. So hopefully we can push this thing back. We win 22, and then get that momentum positive back into America. I heard on one of the podcast or something, CNN saying something about fight Trumpism, right? So what is Trumpism? Make America great? What's wrong with making America great? Sovereignty.
I just want anybody to work on these problems, to actually address them and say we have a problem. We need to work on these. And these are just some of the problems. Why can't someone do that in the office right now?
Yeah, exactly. And
it's scaring me.
You got bad Republicans also that are kind of the rhino types that need to be, weeded out. But I think it's all going to be turning, and you're seeing it now. You're seeing a lot of the Democrat senators not running for reelection, House not running for reelection. They've already, I think the count is up to 30 something now. I mean, they see the writing on the wall.
Right. All I hear about is build back better. Hey, why don't we just work on the problems that we have right now?
Yeah.
Because this is crushing America. It's crushing our economy. And the poor people out there right now, they're starving because they don't have the money to even keep their kids in school, to buy them new shoes, because the inflation, everything's so crazy out of whack right now.
Yep.
And they're losing their jobs on top of that. So their job is not important anymore to the government. What they did during this pandemic was just unbelievable, and telling people you're essential and you're not essential. It's just horrible. I can't believe how this was all taken care of. But what I want to do is talk to people about what we do at Florida Firearms Academy as well. And we do a lot for our community, a lot for charity. I just gave away a gun and ammo. If you're on our Facebook page, Florida Firearms Academy, all you had to do is type in Happy Valentine's Day. Today I'm giving away our red dot. So we always do try to give back. We do a lot of classes there. We are the largest academy there, so we do 40 different types of classes with 20 different instructors. So you can always look us up at ffatampa.com for any kind of training that you're looking to do.
Yeah, that's awesome. Lots of training. Be a responsible gun owner. I think that's a key thing to think about, is to be a responsible gun owner. Not only have it, you got to have it, of course, in your car, at your home, on your persons, if you have the concealed permit, but you've got to be a responsible gun owner,
and that's
Thomas.
The laws we go over. I'm seeing people come out of the woodworks because they're opening their eyes on what's really going on in our country right now.
Yeah.
They don't know if our dollar is going to be worth $1 tomorrow or 30 cents. Who knows?
Yeah.
So they want to be able to actually fight back, protect their family, and also many of them just do it for the love and sport of shooting. Right now the Olympics is going on. They have where they do the cross country skiing and shooting at the same time. So I've been watching that. People are boycotting it because it's in China and what's going on there.
Yeah, the Uyghurs, the slaves, the Uyghur population.
Right, and then you have these huge platforms, the big techs, and they're all sponsoring it and throwing all the money that way.
Yep.
So where is our money going? Why can't we keep it here locally?
Exactly. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I'm not watching any of that. I'm totally against that. The CCP games, the Chinese Communist Party games. I can't believe they actually let them host it there with, all the atrocities that they're doing to human life in China, and just things that they do is just unbelievable. Supposedly there's a new virus that's coming out, and they're welding people into their homes. I'm hearing that on the Bannon podcast.
Latest greatest virus.
Yeah, the latest greatest.
It's to keep you down. On a lighter note, though, I did have a question for you, and I've been wanting to ask you this for a while, though. If you were healthy, injury-free, and let's say you could go to any NFL team you wanted to play at, which NFL team would it be and why?
Oh, man. Okay. I mean, have to be the hometown Bucks, I would think.
Hometown Bucks, I love it.
Either that or Miami or a sunny weather team somewhere.
Take over Brady's job there.
Yeah.
Now that he's packing up, right?
Well, we got an inside scoop somewhere. We heard maybe through the grapevine we got Winston coming back.
I think that would be pretty cool.
Hey, let's
He
see.
used to live in my neighborhood back in the day.
Yeah, hey, we put enough effort into training him, getting him where he needs to be. I mean, come on, bring it back. I mean, hey, he could be.
He's got a lot of talent.
He does.
So yeah, he could bring home a ring for everyone.
It could be interesting.
Or we could bring Brandon back in there, take you off the bench, and
I'm
get
a
back in
has-been.
there.
I'm an old timer. I'm a has-been.
But you did just have a new baby, so that's going
right.
to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
be going
great.
through that again.
I'm sure everybody.
Who you picking? Real quick, Super Bowl. Who you picking?
Super Bowl. I'm going to go with Cincinnati. Just
Cincinnati,
the
the
underdogs.
upset the Bengals.
Yeah.
Joe Cool.
They haven't won anything, have they? Ever won a Super Bowl?
They haven't won much.
So
I
remember. I always like the underdog.
They'll be doing the icky shuffle out there if they win.
Absolutely, right?
Thomas, always a pleasure having you in, man.
Thank you.
Florida Firearms Academy, FFAtampa.com, and go on their Facebook page. They're always giving cool stuff out on the Facebook page. Florida Firearms Academy. Thomas King, your Second Amendment advocate here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're taking a quick break. When we come back, Shane Socash, David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin. He talks a lot about diamonds and gold and all these precious silver and metals, precious metals, and alternative stores of value. He's got a great local shop right here in Pinellas County as well. We're going to be right back with Shane Socash here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you check out consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is Diane Vance with Fairway Independent Mortgage, a member of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Please give me a call for any of your mortgage needs. We do all sorts of loans. If you would like information on a mortgage, you can text me or call me at 727-647-8199. I will take care of all your mortgage needs. Go to my website at dianevance.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man Brandon Rhymes, a.k.a. the Real Estate Quarterback. Brandon, what's happening with the market?
Thanks, Ian. We are in a low inventory market, so any of our listeners are homeowners and would like a free comparable market analysis or a 2.5% listing, we will honor this for the first 3 listeners who call or text in
813-917-1894.
Free CMA and a 2.5% real estate listing. Check out consumerqb.com.
Looking for a venue to host your next business or family event? Make it Largo Event Center. The Consumer Quarterback Show has used the Largo Event Center, and the hall and service you get is fantastic. Over 8,500 square feet of meeting space, perfect for events, expos, and trade shows. Upstairs offers space for smaller meetings and groups to include use of their lounge and game room. Plenty of room outside for car shows or food truck events and concerts. Largo Event Center is just west of US 19 on 126th Avenue. For booking and details, visit largoeventcenter.com. That's largoeventcenter.com. Or call Guy at 727-776-3442.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team. Keller Williams Realty, hot listing here in Tampa Bay. We got a property. It's a great rental opportunity at 15806 Adobe Drive. This is in Hudson. This is a large home, and it's a great opportunity to own real estate here in Tampa Bay. You could rent this property out. There's actually tenants already in place if you'd like to keep them. 2,620 square feet, 8 bedrooms, 4 bath, gas, and a wood-burning fireplace here. Vaulted ceilings, tile flooring throughout. Got a sauna, walk-in shower, garden tub, 15806 Adobe Drive in Hudson. A great opportunity on the residential side. Now, on the commercial side, 5602 Land O'Lakes Boulevard. This is a great opportunity for builder, developers, entrepreneurship here at its best. 5602 Land O'Lakes Boulevard. You got 7 acres here on a lake in Land O'Lakes. Water and sewer available. Great expansion along the U.S. Highway 41 corridor there. 5602 Land O'Lakes Boulevard. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
And we're going to the phone lines here. We got Shane So Cash back on the program. David Reynolds, Jewelry and Coin. Hey, Shane.
Thanks, Brandon.
My pleasure. And when you think about this economy and where things are going, you're obviously working at the shop there, and you got people coming in every day talking about inflation and kind of I like to get the you keep your ear to the ground out there. What is the overall kind of consensus of what people are coming in and talking about when they come and visit you?
Well, I noticed yesterday I had maybe my third or fourth phone call in a short period of time where someone calls us up and says that their financial advisor recommended that they put 10% of their money in precious metals. This particular person had sold a condo, and she wanted to purchase some gold and silver on the advice of her financial advisor. And so that's not something that our store has seen a lot. Financial advisors typically try to drive people into products that they personally sell.
Right.
And it's like, this has been happening more than usual. Having been here 22 years, it's like in the last few months, that's something that I'm hearing more. And I just found it interesting. So there are some smart money people out there that are suggesting that people own a percentage of their wealth here and there in precious metals.
Yeah, because you don't know what's going to happen to the dollar. I mean, it's under attack. You can tell the Federal Reserve, this globalist type push for centralizing the currency, the American dollar. They want to move something else in. Maybe they want to go to a digital platform. It's scary, but you've got alternative opportunities, investments, and also just for beautiful diamonds and gems and jewelry that folks can. And you do make custom jewelry as well there.
Yeah, absolutely. Something that we are seeing, from the beginning of COVID, diamond prices on a whole, they're not traded like gold and silver on the market, but we can look and see, that they are, changing, going up or down, and more recently, when COVID kind of broke out, diamond prices fell, but we're definitely see them trending up right now. So that's something to consider.
Yeah, it's interesting too. I was watching over the weekend, these different movies popped up. There's one popped up called The Tinder Swindler, and the guy was a total crook. They ended up catching him. Spoiler alert there, they caught him, but he was acting like he was a jewelry or a diamond specialist, and he had all the private planes and these women, and he would get them to take out personal loans, and man, it was just crazy. But it just came to mind when we talked about diamonds.
Yeah, I got sucked into that this weekend as well.
Did you see that one?
Absolutely, yeah.
It was pretty well done the way that they put the program together, but it was this international diamond supposed guy, and it was just he set these women up so perfectly, and then of course they took out these cash payday loans, and I need this because of security reasons, and wow, what a swindler there. So on that point, what do you need to do to buy safely just to be an informed consumer?
Well, I would recommend dealing primarily in GIA reported stones. You want to get GIA stones with GIA reports. It's much easier to compare apples to apples when you go to some places and they start using the substandard grading organizations. It makes it murky and cloudy, and then if there's no grading associated but in-house grading, so to speak, if there's no report at all with the stone, it can get very muddy, to know what exactly you're getting and how it compares in price. So stick with GIA gemstones, stick with companies that have great feedback, and you'll know with GIA reported stones if you're comparing apples to apples. So if online has it $5 cheaper down the street and all other things are equal, if they're GIA reported stones, you can see more clearly who is actually the better price on them.
Okay, and if you just joined us, we're talking with Shane So Cash here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. David Reynolds, Jewelry and Coin, on the program. And when we talk about the GIA certification, or you mentioned GIA reported, is that similar to something like a Carfax, et cetera?
It is, yeah. GIA kind of invented diamond grading. So when you think of VVS or SI or I quality stones, That was invented by GIA, probably in the 30s and 40s, and really pushed and gained ground in the 80s, and really has become the industry standard. Pretty much rest assured that if someone has a stone that's reported from another organization, it's because that seller didn't like what GIA was going to report it as. So
okay,
yeah.
Right. Well, that makes a lot of sense then. And the other thing is when folks get engaged, they're falling in love, they're getting engaged, they're going to that perfect time. They can come down and visit you and get some ideas in terms of design and diamonds and the getting set up with the right program there.
Absolutely, yeah. So we have lots of diamond ring mountings, engagement ring mountings in stock. And if they have an idea that they've seen somewhere or that type of thing, with 6 full-time jewelers in our store, it's something we can create for you also if we don't have it or we can't order it in.
Yeah, that's awesome. And talk about your website, because I know you've got a lot of cool points on the website where folks can get a lot of information. Sometimes people are just a little bit, standoffish, or for lack of better words, to come in or to call on the phone. But they can go to the website and find a lot of resources there.
Yeah, definitely. Our store website, can guide you as far as coin collections and bullion and this type of thing, like what we buy and sell, give you like guidance as far as what to expect if you come in with a coin collection and that type of thing. And then also we have a couple resources through the website that you can kind of browse and look at tons of jewelry. Lots of jewelry that can be ordered in quickly if we don't already have it.
Yeah, that's a great opportunity to look at that. And then also to be able to come in and just kind of see. Now, going back to the gold and the silver, the precious metals, when you buy, sometimes I've seen these commercials come on, and you buy online or you buy on these commercials, sometimes they're giving you just a certificate saying, yeah, you bought this amount of gold and it's stored over here. Have you heard about that, or what's the advice there?
I don't know enough about it. I know it exists. And it doesn't appear to be a scam or anything like that. But, I think it would be nice, especially if there were ever some kind of catastrophic event, to actually have the gold or silver in your possession and not say, hey, wait, I have a certificate here that says I have gold and silver.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yep. All right, Shane, David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin. You can find him online, davidreynoldsjewelryandcoin.com. And final thoughts back to you, Shane.
Well, get some commodities, some gold and silver in your portfolio, platinum possibly as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Diversify. You always hear diversify. Make sure your holdings aren't in all the same stuff. So, now more than ever, it's important. The Federal Reserve's been printing money at obscene rates. I think it's somebody even said, I heard one of the shows the other day talking about 80% of all the currency in circulation has been created over the last 24 months. I mean, that seems a little high to me. I've heard it was closer to like 50, but even so, I mean, even 50%, we've been in a democratic republic here for 250 plus years. I mean, you're looking at in the last 2 years, they're going to create that much monetary dollars in circulation. It just seems unbelievably crazy.
Absolutely mind-boggling.
Yeah. Well, Shane, thanks for calling in. We appreciate you. And, folks, you can see him in person on Central Avenue in Pinellas County, St. Petersburg, or online, David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.
Thanks, Brandon.
Thanks, Shane.
Take care.
All right, that's Shane Socash, David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin. We had Thomas King on as well, Dr. Genevieve Dobson. And the last couple minutes, I just wanted to play a quick clip here to talk about a little bit of what's happening. People are wondering, about the Federal Reserve and what's going on there, and you just got an amazing kind of on topic here, just the scam that the Federal Reserve is perpetrating.
In 100 years, they'd gotten to $1 trillion, right? Monetary base in basically 100 years, or the whole life of the country, actually 225%. And then how did it grow in a couple of years after 2008, 2010?
This is a great point you're making. The graph is this slow, steady line that goes from 0 up to 900 billion. And what we're talking about here is the pool of base money in the United States, those original dollars that only the Federal Reserve, only the central bank can create. And it ran by sort of a steady accumulation over time. But then you just see this enormous spike after 2010. Okay, it goes up to 900 billion. Then we have the financial crisis. And between 2008 and 2014, the Fed increases the monetary base by over $3 trillion. So that's 3 centuries worth of money printing in a few short years. Totally changes the financial system. And frankly, that was just the beginning. There were critics inside the Fed at the time who said, if you guys do this, if you try to boost growth by printing money, you're never going to be able to stop. And they were correct.
Yep. So you see exactly, that's kind of summarizing what we talked about. I mean, it's unbelievable, and just think about where that money's going as well. It's going back to kickbacks, to super donors, to supporters, and it's both sides. It's a uniparty. But, focus on what you can control. Things here in Tampa Bay, we want to be that consumer advocate for you, as we always do here on the program. Reach out to the hotline, 917-1894, Tampa number 917-1894. Call or text, and we'd love to help you, put you in touch with our 80-plus consumer advocate content here and advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you check out consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rhymes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.